We got the spin, spin, spin. Here in our hands, we burning brighter. We got the win, win, win. We let it, so we let it.
What's up? We got Legend of Tomorrow, Season 2, Episode 1, Out of Time. So this episode starts off with some guy running through a building where we learn that's actually Oliver Queen's campaign office. Mayoral office. As a campaign. Every time I've done this review, which has been like 2 times already, it hasn't been completed yet, I always said mayoral office. But this time it's a campaign. But anyway, so this guy's like, his name is Nate Haywood, and he wants to find out the whereabouts of Sarah Lance, Ray Palmer, and the rest of the legends, because he thinks that they're in trouble. So basically Nate Haywood, or Nate, I'm gonna call him Nate Haywood, is basically a historian, or he likes to call himself a time detective, but I don't think, historians look over history, but I don't think they're called time detectives. Tell me if I'm right or wrong in the comments below. I think I'm right. I think they're not time detectives. So Nate, you're wrong. You're not a time detective. You're just a normal historian. Oh yeah, so Oliver's like, if the legends were hit by an atomic bomb, it doesn't mean that they're missing. It means they're dead. So they decide to find Nate and Oliver find the Wave Rider, and that's when they find an unconscious Mick in the med bay. So they decide to question him, and he's like, where's the rest of the legends? And they go, I think it all went wrong when Rip told us to look for the Queen of France or something. But then bad stuff happens as Sarah decides to sleep with the Queen, and a battle happens. And Sarah basically tells Rip that the Queen seduced her. And Rip's like, hey, you shouldn't have slept with the Queen as soon as she was gonna get married. And she's like, oh, that Queen seduced her. And I'm like, did she, Sarah? Did she? Did that Queen really seduce her? And then they get, So then they get the time aberrations, which is a new thing of this season, where they have to stop time aberrations. Where it's basically that the evil bad guys in 1942 have built the atomic bomb first. So the legends have to stop it and set history right. And that would cause the World War II to be less on to 3 more years, rather than the original timeline, which is currently, when it lasted, it ended in 1945. So the legends have to stop this, and they also discover that the bad guys have captured Albert Einstein. So what do? Kidnap him first. They kidnap Albert Einstein first, but Sarah's on her own mission. She discovers that Damien Dark is a pre-timeline version of Damien Dark, is in 1942, and Sarah wants to kill him to prevent Laurel's death. But Ray's like, hold up, Sarah, you're really going after Damien Dark? So Sarah attacked Damien Dark, but Firestorm decides to attack, and Ray decides to attack, but Ray gets unconscious, and Firestorm gets attacked. But so Sarah basically has to retreat, and so Sarah retreats. So So yeah, so Ray's like, hey Sarah, you basically went after Damien Dark, and he's like, you want to avenge Laurel's death, so you can stop Laurel's death before Laurel's death, because we all miss Laurel. So yeah, but then Sarah kind of quotes Iron Man, the Avengers. I'm gonna say Iron Man, the Avengers, where she basically plays the role of Captain America, where she's like, hey, Rip, without your am suit, you're some flavorless rich guy or something. And he's like, well, I'm not an assassin. At least I'm not an assassin. So that's kind of when Captain America said to Tony, "What? Take that suit off, and what does that make you?" And he's like, $1 million playboy philanthropist, and he's like, yeah, basically the exact same scene. So yeah, so they're able to stop. They're able to basically make World War II happen at the original time, 1945. But then it's revealed that actually, Reverse Flash is Damien Dark is working for Eobard Thawne, aka the Reverse Flash, because he's like Mr. Dark. So yeah, so back with Oliver and Nate. Oliver just is like, hey Nate, why don't you join this team, because they need the Carter. And it's just like, hold up, Oliver, you barely know this guy and you're telling him to join a team of time travelers. You basically met this guy, and so is the Legend. You're basically telling him, hey, we want you. Yeah, and Rip and the Wave Rider came collision with the bomb, blowing up the Wave Rider. Blowing, and Rip is and they have no idea where Rip is now, so Rip is obviously somewhere. But anyway, yeah, I'm just like, Oliver, you're basically, so he's like, come on. So he's like, then we see Nate. So first we see Ray with his beard, and he's being chased down by a T-Rex. He's like, hey, he's like, how'd you find us? And he's like, I didn't, he did. So then we see Sarah, and she's being saying that she's a witch for, being gay. But then they're able to stop all the guy and save her. And then he's like, hey, yeah. So then we see Martin and Jax, and they're being wizards for this terrible child. It's terrible. But then when they save him, so now the Legends are back together, and Gideon reveals Rip's final message. So they're like, hey, we have to take over Rip's duty as the Time Masters and protecting history. Yeah. And that's kind of basically the episode. That was a pretty good premiere. I liked Oliver, but Oliver just telling this Nate guy Oliver just tells Nate that, hey, why don't you join the team? Oliver, you barely know this Nate guy. You know for like what, hours, I'm guessing. So how can you just tell him to say, hey Nate? And Nate's even like, what are you doing? He's like, you're a historian. They fight to protect history. That's basically what you do. And I'm just like, okay, Oliver, whatever you say. Whatever you say, Oliver. But anyway, yeah. That's the episode. It's weird. It's a weird episode. So I get what Sarah was trying to do. She was trying to kill Damien Dark before he had a chance to kill Laurel, attempting to save Laurel's life. But that will also be causing killing him before the Green Arrow does. So And how is Damien Dark even back? I'm guessing this is a as I said before, this is a pre-version Damien Dark that's working with the Eobard. And how did Eobard even get this Damien Dark to work with him if it is a pre-timeline version? Did you just go back in time after Flash Season 3 Episode 1 and go back in time and say, hey, older Damien, do you want to help him? And he was like, sure. With what? Who knows? Who knows what they're planning? But anyway, that was it for this video. And I'll see you next time for more Legends of Tomorrow Season 2. Bam! Wow, wow, wow. Also, basically, the whole reference with the Avengers was pretty funny. I know they weren't trying to reference that movie, almost show that movie, but it basically exactly the same, sounded exactly like that. But anyway, see you next time. And yeah, Oliver Queen is great. Nate Haywood is great. So is Oliver. See ya. Boom.